A woman is dying in front of a full ICU team and no one can stop it. Her heart rate drops. Her breathing breaks.
Before the story begins, let me greet you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Stories like this travel across many cities and many lives. So before we begin, take a second and tell me where you are watching from. I enjoy seeing how far our community reaches. If you enjoy powerful stories about choices, relationships, and life lessons, please subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next one. Her pressure is crashing. Now, the monitor drops from 82 to 54 in seconds. A sharp alarm cuts through the ICU. Nurses move fast, but not fast enough. Where is Dr. Halpern? 2 minutes out. We don't have 2 minutes. On the bed, Eleanor Volkov lies still. Her skin turns pale under the lights. The oxygen mask slips slightly off her face. Hold her steady. A nurse snaps. No one notices the line bending near her arm. At the doorway, Amara Vance stands frozen for half a second. Gray cafeteria uniform, gloves tucked in her pocket, a tray still in her hand. She watches the numbers drop again. "Hey, step back. This is ICU," a nurse says without looking at her. Amara sets the tray down. Slow, quiet. "If you're here, subscribe and tell me where you're watching from." Then she steps forward, and someone finally says, "Wait, who is she?" Step away from the patient. A nurse moves to block her, but Amara is already at the bedside. Her eyes lock on the monitor. 52, then 49. She's losing airway pressure. Amara says, "Calm. Who are you?" The nurse fires back. Amara doesn't answer. She adjusts the oxygen mask, tightens the seal, then reaches for the line at Eleanor's arm. "It's kinked," she says. "No, it's..." The number drops again. 46. "Look." Amara cuts in. Firm. The nurse hesitates. 1 second, then she sees it. "Fix it." Amara straightens the line and lifts Eleanor's arm slightly. The flow stabilizes. The monitor flickers. 48, then 51. "Keep her steady," Amara says. "You don't give orders here," the nurse snaps. But her voice shakes. Amara leans closer, watching every number, and then the heart rate spikes again. Too fast. Heart rate 140 and climbing. The monitor jumps fast. The sound sharpens. One nurse reaches for medication. Another fumbles with the chart. She's going into distress. "Push something now." "No, wait." Amara steps in again. "Stop." The room freezes for half a second. "You stop." The nurse fires back. Amara points at the screen. That spike isn't random. Look at her breathing. All eyes shift. Eleanor's chest rises too fast. Too shallow. "She's not getting enough air," Amara says. "We just fixed the mask," someone replies. "Not enough," Amara answers. She reaches for the valve, adjusts it slightly, then presses 2 fingers gently at Eleanor's neck. "Count with me," she says. No one moves. "Count." The nurse starts. 1, 2. The rhythm slows. The monitor follows. 130, 122. The room goes quiet. Then a voice cuts in from the door. "Who touched her? Who touched her?" The voice is sharp, controlled. It cuts through the room. Heads turn fast. A tall man stands at the doorway. Dark coat, cold eyes, 2 security men behind him. "Sir, you can't be in here," a nurse says. "I asked a question," he replies. His gaze lands on Eleanor, then the monitor, then Amara. "What happened to her?" "She was crashing," the nurse answers. "We are stabilizing." "We're," Amara says quietly. The man steps closer. "Explain." Amara meets his eyes. Her airway was loose. Her line was blocked. Her breathing was off rhythm. The nurse stiffens. "We had it handled." The man looks back at the screen. The numbers hold steady now. "Handled?" He repeats. Silence. He steps closer to Amara, close enough to study her face. "You're not staff," he says. Amara doesn't respond. He leans in slightly. "Then why are you the only one not shaking?" The room holds still. No one speaks. The man keeps his eyes on Amara. "Answer me." Amara glances once at the monitor. Stable. then back at him. Because she needed action, not panic, she says. A nurse exhales sharply. You had no right. She's alive, Amara replies. Silence again. The man studies Eleanor, then the numbers, then Amara. Her name is Eleanor Volkov, he says. My mother. The weight of it lands on everyone, even Volkov. Someone whispers under their breath. Amara says nothing. Ivan steps closer to the bed. His hand hovers near his mother's arm, then stops. What happens if you hadn't stepped in? He asks. No one answers. Amara picks up her tray slowly. I was just passing through, she says. Ivan turns back to her. No, he says. Firm. You weren't. His voice lowers. You knew exactly what you were doing. And now he wants to know why. Coffee? No sugar? Amara Vance slides the cup across the counter without looking up. Her hands move with quiet precision. Same order. Same time. Every morning. Yeah. Thanks, the nurse replies, already rushing off. The cafeteria hums with low noise. Trays clatter. Orders called out. Nothing urgent. Nothing loud. Amara wipes the counter in smooth strokes. Her eyes lift. Just for a second. 2 doctors pass by fast. One checks his watch. The other speaks under his breath. ICU is packed today. Again? They disappear down the hall. Amara returns to the counter. Another tray. Another cup. No pause. Next, she calls. A surgeon steps forward, scrolling his phone. He doesn't look at her. Black coffee. She places it in front of him before he finishes speaking. He pauses. How did you? You order it every day, she says. He nods once, then walks away. Amara watches him go. Not the man. The tension in his steps. 2 egg sandwiches, 1 juice. Amara nods once. Her hands move fast. Bread warmed. Eggs folded clean. Juice poured, without spilling a drop. Make it quick, the nurse adds, checking her watch. Amara slides the tray across. It's already done. The nurse pauses, surprised, then grabs it and leaves. Behind her, another worker sighs. They act like we're invisible. Amara keeps wiping the counter. They're busy. That's not an excuse. Amara doesn't reply. She turns slightly, watching the hallway again. A stretcher rolls past. Fast. 2 nurses on each side. One presses something down hard on the patient's chest. Clear the way. The cafeteria goes quiet for a second. Then the noise returns like nothing happened. Amara's eyes stay on the hallway. Her fingers tap once against the counter. Then, stop. She turns back to the register. Next, she says, but her focus stays elsewhere. On the rhythm of movement beyond the doors. 3 teas, no milk. Amara lines up the cups before the order finishes. Water pours. Steam rises. Her hands stay steady. A junior doctor leans closer. Do you ever slow down? Amara slides the tray forward. Not when timing matters. He gives a small laugh. You sound like one of us. She meets his eyes for a second, then looks away. I just pay attention. He shrugs and leaves. Amara turns to restock lids. Her gaze drifts to the clock. 9:42 a.m. Her eyes shift again. Down the hallway, ICU doors open and close more than usual. Staff move faster now. Less talking, more sharp gestures. A nurse rushes past, nearly dropping a file. Amara steps out from behind the counter. Picks it up before it hits the floor. Careful, she says, handing it back. The nurse barely looks at her. Thanks. Gone in seconds. Amara watches the doors again. Something is off, and it's getting worse. Amara. Table 6 needs clearing. She nods once, lifts the tray, walks out from behind the counter. The cafeteria feels slower here. Fewer voices, more space, but her eyes stay on the hallway. ICU doors swing open again. A senior nurse steps out, speaking fast into her phone. We need another set ready. Now. Amara pauses mid-step. Set ready. Her gaze sharpens. She clears the table quickly. Plates stacked. Cups aligned. Movements clean, controlled. 2 interns pass behind her. ICU's getting worse, one says. They said a critical case came in late last night. Family informed? Not yet. They walk off. Amara stands still for 1 second. Then she moves again, back to the counter, back to routine. But her hands slow slightly. Her eyes return to the hallway. She notices the pattern now. More staff, less coordination, and something is missing. Something no one is saying out loud. Last order before break, a coworker says. Amara nods, already preparing it. Her hands move slower now, not tired, focused. She glances at the clock. 10:03 a.m. Her eyes shift again. The ICU doors stay open longer this time. A nurse stands inside, looking around, not moving, waiting. Amara, her coworker, calls. "You good?" She doesn't answer right away. 2 doctors rush in at the same time. One bumps into the other. "Sorry, no time." They disappear inside. Amara's fingers tighten slightly around the tray. Too many people moving. Not enough control. She steps out from behind the counter again, just 1 step closer to the hallway. She watches the nurse inside the ICU hesitate. No one gives direction. No one leads. Amara's voice is low, almost to herself. They're about to lose someone. Her coworker frowns. What? Amara doesn't respond. Her eyes stay locked on the ICU doors. She sees it before it happens, and no one else does. Room 4, condition unstable. Keep monitoring. The ICU doors slide open. Cold air hits first. Then the steady rhythm of machines fills the space. Eleanor Volkov lies at the center. Tubes in place. Oxygen mask secured. Her chest rises, but not evenly. A nurse checks the chart. Vitals dropped again at 9:10. Another adjusts the monitor. She's not responding to treatment. Numbers flicker. Pulse weak. Pressure low. Any improvement overnight? Minimal. A third nurse steps in. We're running out of options. They move around the bed with urgency, but no clear lead. Eleanor's hand rests still at her side. Pale, unmoving. A machine lets out a short, sharp sound. "Watch that," one nurse says. "I am." No one sounds confident. The room feels tight, like time is closing in, and no one wants to say what it means, because if they do, then they have to admit she's not holding on much longer. Her oxygen keeps dipping. A nurse leans closer to the screen. "We adjusted it twice." "Then why is it still dropping?" No one answers. Eleanor's breathing shifts again. Fast, then shallow, then uneven. Check her airway. It's clear. Then something's off. A doctor steps in, flipping through the chart. She came in at 2:17 a.m. Cardiac stress. Severe complications. Any response since then? Barely. The monitor lets out another sharp sound. "Stabilize her," the doctor says. "We're trying." Eleanor's fingers twitch slightly, then go still again. A nurse presses something into her IV line. "Come on. Stay with us," she whispers. The numbers rise for a second, then fall again. Why isn't she holding? Someone asks. No one gives an answer. Because they don't have one. And every second now feels like a countdown. A quiet voice breaks through near the door. "She's not getting enough air." Who said that? The doctor turns fast. Nurses glance toward the doorway. Amara stands just outside the ICU line. Hands at her sides. Eyes fixed on Eleanor. "You can't be here," a nurse says. Amara doesn't move. Her breathing is off rhythm. "We're aware," the doctor replies. "Tight." "No," Amara says. "Steady. You're treating the numbers, not the pattern." Silence for a beat. The doctor steps closer. "What pattern?" Amara points toward Eleanor's chest. "Watch her inhale. It's delayed." The room goes quiet. The doctor looks, then again. "She's right," he says under his breath. A nurse frowns. "That doesn't make sense." "It does," Amara replies. The doctor straightens. "Who are you?" Amara doesn't answer. She steps back slightly, but her eyes stay locked on the patient. Eleanor's breathing shifts again. Worse this time. The monitor drops. And now the room feels it. They're losing control. "Call respiratory. Now." A nurse rushes to the phone. Another adjusts the settings again. It's not responding. "Then change it." The doctor grips the side of the bed. "We're missing something." Eleanor's chest rises again, then stalls mid-breath. There. Did you see that? Amara says from the doorway. Step back, the nurse snaps. Amara shakes her head. Her timing is off. You're forcing the wrong rhythm. We follow protocol, the doctor says. And she's still dropping, Amara replies. The monitor dips again. 60, then 58. Pressure falling. Push support, the doctor orders. A nurse moves fast, injecting into the line. Nothing changes. Eleanor's hand shifts slightly, then falls still again. The doctor looks at the screen, then at her, then back at the screen. No improvement. Amara watches every movement, every delay, every missed sign, and her voice is quiet. She's not going to hold like this. Say that again, the doctor snaps. Amara steps 1 inch closer. She won't hold if you keep forcing this pattern. A nurse shakes her head. We're not taking advice from cafeteria staff. Amara doesn't react. Her eyes stay on Eleanor. Her chest pauses before each inhale. She says, "You're pushing air too early." The doctor hesitates. The monitor drops again. 56. Doctor. A nurse presses. He looks at the screen, then at Eleanor's chest, then back at Amara. Adjust timing, he says. What? Adjust it, he repeats. The nurse moves fast. Small change. Precise. Everyone watches. Eleanor's chest rises again. This time, it was smoother. The monitor flickers. 58. 61. A small shift. But not enough. The doctor exhales slowly. She's still critical. Amara nods once. She won't last the day like this. Silence fills the room. And now, no one can ignore it. 10 million more, or we walk. Ivan Volkov stands at the head of the table. His voice is calm, measured. Every eye in the room stays on him. A screen behind him shows numbers climbing. Charts, projections, clean and precise. This deal closes today, he says. Or, it doesn't happen. A board member leans forward. That's a risk. Ivan doesn't blink. So is hesitation. Silence settles. He adjusts his cuff. Smooth, controlled. Vote, he says. Hands begin to rise. His phone vibrates once against the table. He ignores it. Mr. Volkov, someone says, we need your final... The phone vibrates again. Longer this time. Ivan's eyes shift down for a fraction of a second, then back up. Continue, he says. But his focus has changed. The phone stops, then lights up again. And this time, he looks. His expression freezes. Everything in the room shifts. Say that again. Ivan's voice drops. Flat. No room for error. On the phone, a tight voice replies, Your mother, sir. Eleanor Volkov. ICU. Condition critical. The room fades around him. When? Ivan asks. Early this morning. It escalated fast. Ivan stands still, one hand on the table, the other gripping the phone. Why wasn't I called sooner? We tried, sir. Your line. Not good enough. Silence on the other end. Ivan's jaw tightens. Is she stable? A pause. No. The word lands hard. Behind him, someone speaks. Mr. Volkov, we need your decision. He doesn't turn. Delay the vote, Ivan says. Sir, we can't. Then cancel it. The room goes quiet. Ivan grabs his coat in one motion. Reschedule everything, he adds. Where are you going? A board member asks. Ivan is already walking. To the only place that matters. And he doesn't slow down. Car. Now. Ivan steps out of the building without waiting. The doors open ahead of him. His driver is already moving. Yes, sir. Hospital. Fast. The car door shuts. Engine starts. The city moves, but not fast enough. Ivan leans forward. Faster. Traffic builds ahead. Horns. Lights. Delays. Sir, this is the fastest route. Then make a faster one. The driver presses harder. Ivan looks down at his phone. Missed calls. 3. All from the hospital. He calls back. Status. A nurse answers. She's still critical. Still? Ivan repeats. We're doing everything we can. That's not an answer. The line goes quiet. Ivan's hand tightens around the phone. Keep her alive, he says. We are trying. Don't try. Do it. He ends the call. Outside, the car speeds through an intersection. Ivan stares ahead, and for the first time, he feels it. He might be too late. Sir, we're 5 minutes out. Make it 3. The driver nods, pushing harder. The car weaves through traffic. Brakes. Acceleration. No pause. Ivan grips the seat in front of him. His control is gone now, replaced by something sharper. Fear. His phone lights up again. Unknown number. He answers, yes. A voice comes through. Mr. Volkov, ICU team here. There was a complication. Ivan's chest tightens. Speak clearly. She went into distress. We had to intervene. Had to. Ivan repeats. Yes, sir. Is she alive? A pause. Yes. Ivan exhales once. Short. Controlled. But she's not stable. The voice adds. His grip tightens again. What changed? Ivan asks. We're still assessing. Ivan's eyes narrow. That's not acceptable. Silence. The car turns sharply into the hospital entrance. Ivan opens the door before it fully stops and steps out fast, because every second now matters. Clear the entrance. Security moves fast as Ivan strides through the hospital doors. Staff turn. Some recognize him. Most just move out of his way. ICU, he says. This way, sir, a nurse replies, already walking ahead. Ivan doesn't slow down. His steps are sharp, direct. What happened in there? He asks. She had a sudden drop, the nurse says. We intervened. We? Ivan repeats. Yes, sir. Who led it? The nurse hesitates. Just for a second. Ivan notices. Answer me. It was handled quickly. That's not what I asked. They reach the ICU doors. Through the glass, Ivan sees movement. Staff around the bed, machines active, and one figure standing closer than the rest, not in uniform. His eyes lock. Who is that? He asks. The nurse follows his gaze. I don't know. Ivan pushes the door open, because now he needs answers, and he's about to get them. Room 4 needs another check, now. I'm on it. Wait, where's the chart? It was right here. The hallway tightens with movement. Nurses pass each other too fast. One bumps a cart. Another nearly drops a tray. Focus, a senior nurse says. We don't have room for mistakes. But mistakes are already happening. Inside the ICU, alarms sound in short bursts.
Back inside the hospital, the pressure was building. Too many patients, too few steady hands. Small mistakes started to show.
Not constant, not stable. Vitals are fluctuating again. Log it. I did. No. Wait. Amara stands near the corner, tray in hand. Still, watching. Her eyes follow the pattern, not just the movement, the gaps. A nurse rushes past her, breath uneven. Out of the way. Amara steps aside, but her gaze stays on the ICU doors. Open, close, open again. Too many entries, no clear lead. She shifts her weight slightly, then stills again. Her fingers tighten around the tray, and her voice is low. They're losing control. Where's the backup set? We used it already. Then get another. There isn't one ready. The voices overlap. Fast, sharp, no rhythm. A nurse rushes out of the ICU, scanning left and right. I need help, now. No one responds right away. Everyone is already moving. Amara steps closer to the hallway edge. Her eyes track the nurse's hands. Gloves on wrong. One finger twisted inward. Small detail. Big problem. Fix your glove, Amara says quietly. The nurse pauses, looks down, adjusts it fast. Thanks, she mutters. Already gone. Amara exhales slowly. Her gaze shifts again. Inside the ICU, a machine beeps out of sync with another. 2 rhythms, not matching. She tilts her head slightly, then steps one pace closer. Amara, her coworker calls from behind. You're not allowed there. Amara doesn't turn. Her focus sharpens, because now she sees it clearly. Something is being missed. Pressure is dipping again. Adjust the line. I did. It's not holding. Then check it again. A tray rattles as a nurse sets it down too hard. Another reaches for a syringe, then stops. Wait, is this the right dose? It should be. Should it be? They freeze for a second, then move anyway. Amara stands at the edge of the doorway now. Close enough to see, not close enough to be seen. Her eyes move from hand to hand, step to step, too fast, too unsure. A nurse presses medication into the fourth. Time? Someone asks. 10:12. Log it. Another nurse flips through papers. Where's the previous entry? No answer. Amara's gaze drops to Eleanor's arm. The line bends again, slight, easy to miss. She exhales slowly. Her voice is low. You're repeating the same mistake. No one hears her. Or, no one wants to. And the monitor dips again. Get respiratory back in here. They just left. Then call them again. A nurse runs out, nearly colliding with a doctor entering. Papers slip. No one stops to pick them up. Status? The doctor asks. Unstable. Dropping again. Why? We're checking. Check faster. Amara steps closer to the doorway, close enough now to hear every word. Inside, Eleanor's chest rises unevenly again. A nurse adjusts the mask, but her hands hesitate. Is this right? She asks. It should be, another replies. Amara's jaw tightens. Should be, not good enough. She shifts her weight forward, one step closer. Amara. Her coworker calls again, sharper this time. Get back here. Amara doesn't move. Her eyes stay locked on the patient, on the timing, on the delay between breath and response. Her voice drops, almost a whisper. They're forcing the wrong sequence. No one reacts. And the monitor drops again. Pressure 49 and falling. Hold her steady. I can't get a read. Voices rise. Orders clash. No one leads. A nurse reaches for the line again, but her hand shakes. Wait, don't pull that. Too late. The line shifts. The monitor drops harder. Fix it. I'm trying. Amara steps forward, 1 foot past the doorway line. Stop, she says. No one listens. Another nurse adjusts the mask again. Too tight this time. Eleanor's chest stutters. Wrong timing. Wrong pressure. Amara exhales. Once, then steps fully inside. Stop, she says, louder. The room pauses for a split second. All eyes turn. Who let her in? Someone snaps. Amara ignores them. Her focus stays on the patient, on the pattern, on the mistake repeating again. Her hands rise slightly, ready, because now she knows. If she waits one more second, they lose her. Heart rate dropping. The monitor falls hard. 60, then 53. The sound sharpens across the room. Where is Dr. Halpern? A nurse calls out. No response. Call again. Eleanor's chest lifts, then stalls mid-breath. The mask shifts slightly out of place again. Fix that. Someone snaps. I'm trying. Hands move, but not together. One adjusts the line. Another reaches for medication. Wait. Don't. Too late. The numbers dip again. 49. Amara stands just inside the room now, still, watching. Her eyes track every movement. Too many actions. No direction. Stop, she says under her breath. No one hears her. A nurse pushes medication into the line. Time? Another asks. 10:20. No, 10:22. Uncertain. Everything uncertain. Amara's fingers curl slightly. She looks at Eleanor, then at the monitor, then back again, and her voice tightens. They're about to lose her. Pressure 45. Hold her steady. I can't get a clear read. Voices overlap again. Fast. No rhythm. Where is the lead on this? A nurse demands. No answer. Eleanor's chest rises too late. Then too fast. Mismatch. Amara's eyes narrow. They're pushing at the wrong time, she says. A nurse turns. Stay back. Amara doesn't move. If you keep forcing it, you'll shut her down, she adds. We follow protocol, the nurse replies. And she's still dropping, Amara says. The monitor dips again. 43. Silence hits for 1 second, then noise returns. Adjust support. Check the line. Move. No one leads. Amara looks around the room. No senior doctor, no control, just reaction. Her jaw tightens. This is the moment. Act or step back. She exhales slowly and makes her choice. Don't touch anything. The warning comes too late. Amara steps to the bedside. Her hands move with purpose. She centers the mask, checks the seal, then lifts Eleanor's chin slightly. Airway first, she says. Step away. A nurse snaps. Amara doesn't look up. You're out of sync. She adjusts the valve. Small turn. Precise. Count with me, she says. No, the nurse replies. Count. Amara repeats. Firm. A second passes. 1. A nurse starts. 2. Eleanor's chest rises. 3. Amara eases the pressure. 4. The rhythm steadies for a moment. The monitor flickers. 46. Then 49. Hold that, Amara says. You don't give orders here. The nurse fires back. Then, stop guessing, Amara replies. Silence. The numbers rise again. 52. Not safe, but better. Amara's focus sharpens. This is working, but not enough. And time is running out. Heart rate unstable again. The monitor spikes, then dips. One nurse reaches for another dose. Wait, Amara says. We don't have time. You'll make it worse, Amara replies. The nurse hesitates. 1 second. Eleanor's chest pauses again, then pulls in too sharply. Wrong timing. Amara adjusts the mask again. Small shift. Exact. Follow her rhythm, she says. Not the machine. We follow protocol, the doctor replies. But his voice is less certain now. And she's not responding. Amara says. The room goes quiet. The monitor flickers. 50. 54. A slight rise. Keep it there. Amara says. No one argues this time. They watch. They follow. For the first time, the room moves together. Not fast, not loud, but aligned. Eleanor's breathing smooths for 2 seconds. Then 3. Then breaks again. The numbers dip. And now it's clear. One more wrong move, and she won't recover. Pressure. 41. The number drops hard. The alarm cuts sharp through the room. Do something. A nurse shouts, "We are." Another fires back, but nothing holds. Eleanor's chest stalls again. No rhythm, no response. Amara's eyes lock on her. This is it. One more second of hesitation. Gone. Move, Amara says. No one does. Move, she says louder. Something in her voice shifts the room. They step back. Just enough. Amara takes full control. She repositions the mask, adjusts the valve, lifts Eleanor's chin again. Follow me, she says. No one argues now. Count. 1, 2, 3. She times each breath with precision. The monitor flickers. 43. 47. Stay with me, Amara says, low. The numbers rise again. 51. 55. The room exhales. But Amara doesn't, because she knows. This was only the first step. Hold her steady. Don't rush it. Amara's voice is calm, firm. The room follows. Count, she says. 1, 2, 3. Eleanor's chest rises with the rhythm. Not forced, not delayed. Keep it there, Amara says. The monitor flickers. 58. 61. A nurse leans closer. It's stabilizing. Not yet, Amara replies. She adjusts the valve again. Slight turn. Exact timing. Watch her neck, she says. What about it? The delay is shortening. They look. She's right. Again, Amara says. 1, 2, 3. The breathing aligns. The monitor rises. 64. 68. Stay with it, Amara says. No one argues. No one questions. For the first time, The room moves as one. The tension shifts, not gone, but controlled. A nurse exhales slowly. I don't understand how. Focus, Amara cuts in, because this isn't over yet. Pressure is climbing. Slowly, a nurse adds. Amara nods once. Don't chase it. Let it come. She steadies Eleanor's arm, easing the angle of the line. The bend disappears. Check the flow, she says. It's clear, the nurse replies. Keep it that way. A doctor steps closer. What are you adjusting? Timing, Amara answers. Everything else follows. He watches her hands. No hesitation, no wasted motion. Count, she says again. 1, 2, 3. Eleanor's chest rises smoothly. Holds, releases. The monitor responds. 71, 74. A nurse looks up. We haven't seen that all morning. Don't celebrate, Amara says. Maintain. Another small adjustment. Valve, mask, chin, all precise. The room is quiet now. Focused. Stay with her, Amara says. The doctor nods, because now he sees it. This isn't luck, and it isn't guesswork. But he still doesn't know where she learned this. Respiratory is here. 2 specialists rush in. They stop when they see the room. Everyone is already in rhythm. What's the current status? One asks. Stabilizing, the doctor replies. How? No one answers. Amara doesn't look up. Don't interrupt the timing. The specialist frowns. Who's leading this? The doctor hesitates, then gestures slightly. Her. Amara keeps counting. 1, 2, 3. Eleanor's chest follows. The specialist steps closer, watching carefully. Her delay is almost gone, he says. Amara nods. Keep the pressure steady. The nurse adjusts slightly. Like this? Hold it, Amara says. The monitor rises again. 78, 82. A shift fills the room. Relief, but controlled. The specialist looks at the doctor. She corrected the pattern. The doctor nods slowly, still watching Amara, still trying to understand, because this level of control doesn't come from nowhere. And now the question is louder. Who trained her? Vitals. Holding. Keep monitoring. The numbers stay steady now, not perfect, but no longer falling. Amara eases her hands back slightly. Still close. Still watching. Maintain rhythm, she says. A nurse nods. We've got it. Amara studies Eleanor for one more second, chest rising smoothly. No delay. Good, she says. The doctor steps in closer. We're taking over from here. Amara steps back. No resistance. Respiratory adjusts their equipment. Nurses log updates. The room shifts back to structure, but the energy has changed. Controlled now. Document everything. The doctor says. Yes, doctor. Amara reaches for her tray. Quiet, like she was never part of it. Wait, the doctor says. She pauses. He looks at her. What you did, that wasn't basic. Amara doesn't respond. A nurse adds. You saved her. Silence. Amara picks up the tray, because she's already stepping away. Hold on. Amara pauses at the doorway. The doctor steps closer. We need your name. She doesn't turn fully. Amara. Amara, what? She hesitates. 1 second. Vance. The name settles in the room. A nurse repeats it under her breath. Vance. The doctor studies her. Where did you train? Amara adjusts her grip on the tray. I work in the cafeteria. That's not what I asked. Amara meets his eyes. Calm. Steady. I did what was needed, she says. The monitor behind them stays stable. 84. 86. Proof. The doctor exhales slowly. You don't just learn that. Amara doesn't answer. She steps out into the hallway. Back into noise, movement, routine, like nothing happened. Inside the ICU, the team stands still for a moment, processing, because what they just saw doesn't fit. And now one question hangs over everything. Who is she, really? Where is she? Ivan's voice cuts through the hallway. Sharp, controlled, but barely. This way, sir, a nurse says, moving fast. He doesn't slow down. His steps echo against the floor. Security follows close behind. What's her condition? Ivan asks. Stabilizing, the nurse replies. Was stabilizing, Ivan says. What changed? The nurse hesitates. There was an intervention. Ivan stops for half a second. By who? We're not sure. His eyes narrow. They reach the ICU doors. Through the glass, Ivan sees the room. Staff around the bed, machines steady, and one figure near the doorway. Gray uniform, not medical staff. Ivan pushes the door open hard. It swings wide. Every head turns. His eyes lock on Eleanor first, alive, then shift to Amara, standing there, calm, still, out of place. Ivan steps forward, because now he needs answers, and he's not leaving without them. Who is in charge here? Ivan steps into the room. His presence shifts everything. The doctor straightens. I am. Ivan doesn't look at him yet. His eyes stay on Eleanor. The monitor, the steady rise and fall. Explain her condition, Ivan says. She was critical, the doctor replies. We stabilized her. We? Ivan repeats. Yes. Ivan's gaze shifts. Slow, direct, to Amara, still in her gray uniform, tray in hand, not moving. You, Ivan says. The room tightens. What is she doing here? He asks. A nurse answers quickly. She's not part of the ICU team. I can see that, Ivan replies. His voice stays low, controlled. Then why is she standing next to my mother? Silence. The doctor exhales once. She assisted during a critical moment. Ivan turns fully now, eyes locked on Amara. Assisted, he repeats. The word hangs, heavy, because it doesn't match what he sees. Say it clearly. Ivan steps closer. His eyes stay on Amara. What did you do? Amara holds his gaze. She needed help. That's not an answer. The doctor steps in. She corrected a critical error. Ivan doesn't look away from Amara. What error? The doctor hesitates. Timing, airway, flow. Ivan's jaw tightens. And you missed it? No one responds. Amara speaks calmly. They were overwhelmed. A nurse exhales sharply. We had it under control. Amara doesn't react. Ivan shifts his focus to the monitor. Stable numbers. Then back to Amara. You fixed what they couldn't, he says. Not a question. A statement. Amara says nothing. The room stays still, because now the truth is clear. She didn't assist. She led. Ivan steps even closer. You touched my mother, he says. His voice lowers. Why? Because she needed it. Amara's voice stays calm. Ivan studies her face. No fear. No rush. Just control. You made that call? He asks. Yes. Without authority. Amara glances at Eleanor. She was losing time. A nurse steps in. You can't just... Ivan raises a hand. Silence. His eyes stay on Amara. What did you see? Mismatch, she says. Breath and pressure. And you knew how to fix it. Amara doesn't answer. Ivan's gaze sharpens. You're not guessing. No. The room shifts again. The doctor adds. She corrected the pattern before we could. Ivan looks at him. Then back at Amara. Before you could, he repeats. The words carry weight. Because now, it's not about what happened. It's about who she is. Ivan steps closer. Close enough to lower his voice. You're not cafeteria staff, he says. Amara holds his gaze. And doesn't deny it. You saved her? Ivan's voice is quieter now. Not softer. Focused. Amara looks at Eleanor. The steady rise of her chest. Then back at him. I kept her stable, she says. That's not the same thing, Ivan replies. No. Amara agrees. But it gave them time. The doctor steps in. Without her, we would have lost the window. Silence. Even processes that. His eyes shift to the monitor again. Then to the team. Then back to Amara. Respect begins to show. Slight. Controlled. You walked in and took over, he says. Amara doesn't respond. You gave orders, Ivan adds. They needed direction, she says. The room stays quiet. Ivan studies her again, different now, not questioning her presence, questioning her past. You're not telling me everything, he says. Amara lifts her tray slightly. I'm not here to, she replies. Ivan's gaze hardens again, because now he needs the full truth. You're not leaving. Ivan's voice stops her at the door. Amara pauses. Doesn't turn yet. I don't need to stay, she says. I didn't ask what you need, Ivan replies. The room goes quiet again. The doctor steps closer. We'd like to understand what you did. Amara exhales slowly, then turns. You already saw it, she says. That's not enough, the doctor replies. Ivan steps forward. You walked into an ICU and took control. Amara meets his eyes, because no one else did. A nurse shifts uncomfortably. Ivan studies her. That level of skill comes from training. Amara says nothing. Where? He asks. Silence. The monitor behind them stays steady. 89, 92. Proof of what she did. Ivan lowers his voice. You don't learn that serving food, he says. Amara's grip tightens on the tray, just slightly, enough to show it. There's more. Answer him. The doctor's voice is quieter now, not forceful, curious. Amara looks past them, toward the window at the end of the hall. I trained, she says. The words land softly. Where? Ivan asks. Amara exhales once. Emergency care. Years ago. The room shifts. A doctor? The nurse asks. No, Amara replies. Field response. The doctor frowns. You mean trauma units? Amara nods once. Then why are you here? He presses. Amara doesn't answer right away. Her eyes drop for a second, then lift again. I left, she says. People don't just leave that, the doctor replies. Amara's voice stays steady. Some do. Ivan watches her closely. You don't lose skill like that, he says. I didn't, Amara replies. Silence. The truth settles in. Not a guess. Not luck. Training. Real experience. And now one question matters more. Why would someone like her walk away from it? Why did you leave? Ivan asks it straight. No pause. Amara's eyes shift. Not away. Just lower. For the same reason people stop trusting systems, she says. The doctor frowns. That's not clear. Amara nods once. It wasn't one moment. It built. She sets the tray down on a nearby counter. Her hands rest still now. I followed orders once, she says. The room tightens, and it cost someone their life. Silence. A nurse exhales slowly. What happened? The doctor asks. Amara's voice stays even. Wrong call from above. I saw it. I spoke up. And they overruled me. The monitor behind them stays steady. A quiet reminder. And the patient? Ivan asks. Amara meets his eyes. Didn't make it. No one moves. Because now, the weight is clear. She didn't walk away from skill. She walked away from trust. You left because of one case? The doctor's tone is careful now. Amara shakes her head. Because no one took responsibility. A nurse looks down. That happens sometimes. Amara meets her eyes. It shouldn't. Silence. Ivan watches her. So you stepped away from it all? Yes. And chose this? He asks, glancing at her uniform. Amara nods once. Quiet work. No lives in my hands. The doctor exhales. But you still have the skill. I never lost it, she says. Then why not return? He asks. Amara looks toward Eleanor again. Steady now, breathing smooth. Because skill isn't the problem, she says. Then what is? Ivan asks. Amara holds his gaze. Trust, she replies. The word lands, heavy, real. Ivan processes it, because now he understands something deeper. This isn't about ability, it's about belief. And once that breaks, not everyone comes back. Then why step in today? Ivan's voice is low, direct. Amara looks at Eleanor, the steady rise of her chest, the quiet rhythm now holding. Because she was still here, Amara says. The room stays silent, and no one was leading, she adds. The doctor lowers his eyes for a moment. Ivan watches her, different now, not just with questions, with respect. You walked away from the system, he says. Yes. But you didn't walk away from people. Amara doesn't answer, because she doesn't need to. The truth is clear. Ivan steps back slightly. Processing. Some people stay silent, he says. Amara picks up her tray again. Some people don't, she replies. She turns toward the door. If you're still here, comment the lesson you see in her choice. Ivan's voice follows her. Amara. She pauses. Why did you really stop? She doesn't turn, and the answer stays hanging. Vitals stable. The words land differently now. Not rushed. Not forced. A nurse checks the screen again, holding steady. Eleanor's chest rises in a calm rhythm. No delay. No struggle. The doctor exhales slowly. Maintain current support. Yes, doctor. The room feels lighter. Not safe yet, but no longer slipping. Amara stands near the doorway, watching one last time. Her eyes move from the monitor to Eleanor, then back again. Consistent, controlled. She nods once, then turns. Amara. Ivan's voice stops her again. She pauses. Stay, he says. Amara doesn't face him yet. She's stable. That's not why I'm asking. Silence. Amara turns slowly. Ivan steps closer. No urgency now. No pressure. Just focus. You made a difference here, he says. Amara meets his eyes. Calm. Measured. I did what was needed, she replies. Ivan studies her. Because he knows. That's not the full story. Thank you. Ivan says it without hesitation. The room goes still. Amara looks at him. No reaction at first. You don't owe me that, she says. I do, Ivan replies. You gave her time. Amara glances at Eleanor. Stable. Breathing smooth. They kept her alive, she says. You made that possible, Ivan answers. Silence settles between them. The doctor steps back, giving space. Ivan reaches into his coat, then stops. Not money, not now. You should be in that position, he says. Amara tilts her head slightly. Which one? Leading, Ivan replies. Amara shakes her head once. That's not for me anymore. Ivan studies her. Because of what happened? Amara doesn't answer. That wasn't your failure, he adds. Amara's voice stays calm. It was my choice to stay then. Ivan exhales slowly, because he sees it now. She carries more than skill. She carries weight, and she hasn't put it down. Come work for me. Ivan says it plainly. Amara's expression doesn't change. Doing what? Anything you want, he replies. Medical lead, private care, full control. The offer hangs in the air. A nurse glances up, surprised. That's not a small offer, the doctor adds quietly. Amara looks at Ivan, and what comes with it? Resources, authority. No one over you, Ivan says. Amara nods once. That sounds good on paper. It is, Ivan replies. Amara shakes her head slightly. Until something goes wrong. It won't, Ivan says. Amara holds his gaze. It always does. Silence. Ivan steps closer. Then you'll handle it your way. Amara exhales slowly. You're asking me to step back into the same system, she says. No, Ivan replies. A better one. Amara picks up her tray again, and her answer comes quiet. I'm not ready for that. You're walking away again. Ivan's voice is steady. Amara adjusts the tray in her hands. I'm choosing where I stand. Ivan studies her. After what you just did? Yes. You could change things, he says. Amara nods once. So could everyone in that room. Silence. The doctor looks down. Ivan steps closer. You're different. Amara meets his eyes. No. I just didn't ignore what I saw. The words land. Clear. Simple. True. Ivan exhales slowly. Then stay, he says. Even part-time. Amara shakes her head. If I stay, I carry it again. And if you leave? He asks. Amara glances toward Eleanor one last time. She's stable, she says. That's not what I asked. Amara looks back at him. If I leave, I protect what I still have left. Ivan doesn't respond, because now he understands. This isn't fear. It's a choice. And she's already made it. Amara. Ivan calls her one last time. She pauses at the doorway. Doesn't turn yet. Will I see you again? He asks. Amara stands still for a second. Then she looks back. If it matters, she says. Ivan nods once, because now he understands what that means. Amara steps out of the ICU. The noise fades behind her. The hallway feels slower now, calmer. She walks back into the cafeteria. Same counter, same space. Her coworker looks up. Where did you go? Amara sets the tray down. Just helping. Nothing more, nothing added. She picks up a cloth and wipes the counter. Steady, quiet, like before, but not the same, because now someone knows who she is, and someone will remember. If this story stayed with you, like, share, and subscribe for more. Amara looks up briefly, then back down. Some people don't need recognition. They just choose to act.